Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you are keeping fine. A hearty welcome to today's English class. Today we are going to learn the textbook grammar from the third chapter, The Little Girl. Students, please take your page number 38 in the textbook. Given below are some emotions that Kezia felt. Match the emotions in column A with the items in column B. Fear or terror. That is a third one. Father comes home. Then another one is a fourth one. Speaking to father. Because when father comes to home, she was afraid, she tried to avoid. Then she was afraid of speaking to her father. Then fifth one, going to bed when alone at home. She was afraid of going to bed alone. Then seventh one, father stretched out on the sofa snoring. She used to get frightened. So 3, 4, 5 and 7 she is afraid of fear or terror. Then second one is glad sense of relief. First one, father comes into her room to give her a goodbye kiss. She used to feel a glad sense of relief because she was thinking that her father is going away. So she was happy. Then second one, noise of the carriage grows fainter. When he was going in the carriage and it was going far and far, the noise of the carriage reduced. Then she was very happy. So the first and second one, glad sense of relief. Then third one is a funny feeling perhaps of understanding. Only one is there, that is a sixth one. Father comforts her and falls asleep. At the end of the story, the father, when she was in a bad dream and got frightened, her father was comforting her. Then she falls asleep. So that are her emotions. Let's look at the following sentences. There was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter. Here glad means happy about something. Glad, happy, pleased, delighted, thrilled and overjoyed are synonyms. Words or expressions that have the same or nearly the same meaning. Synonyms means the words that are having the same meaning. However, they express happiness in certain ways. So all these words, glad means feeling pleasure or happiness. Happy means joyful or cheerful. Pleased, satisfied about something. Delighted, extremely pleased and excited about. Thrilled means very pleased. Overjoyed, extremely happy. Read the sentences below. She was glad when the meeting was over. The chief guest was pleased to announce the name of the winner. Use an appropriate word from the synonyms given above in the following sentences. Clues are given in brackets. She was dashed by the news of her brother's wedding, very pleased. Here the correct verb is thrilled. She was thrilled by the news of her brother's wedding. I was dashed to be invited to the party, extremely pleased and excited about. I was delighted to be invited to the party. Third one, she was dashed at the birth of her granddaughter, extremely happy. She was overjoyed at the birth of her granddaughter. The coach was dashed with his performance, satisfied about. The coach was pleased with his performance. She was very dash with her results, happy about something that has happened. Here you can use happy or glad. She was very happy with her results. Study the use of the word big in the following sentence. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth. It is a sentence taken from the text. Here big means large in size. She is speaking of the size of her father because she was afraid she was seeing him as a giant or a monster. Now consult a dictionary and find out the meaning of big in the following sentences. The first one has been done for you. You are a big girl now. Here, the big here means older. Today, you are going to take the biggest decision of your career. Here, biggest means most important. Here, most important. Their project is full of big ideas. Here, big ideas means great ideas, great. Cricket is a big game in our country. Here, big game means a very popular game. I am a big fan of Lata Mangeshkar. Here, big fan means great fan, great. You have to cook a bit more as my friend is big eater. Here, big eater means a great eater. What a big heart you have got, father dear. Here, big heart means large hearted or very affectionate. Large hearted or very affectionate. Verbs of reporting. Now, I don't know whether you have learned about direct and indirect speech in the smaller classes. When a person's words are expressed as it is called a direct speech. When it is changed into third person, it is indirect speech. For example, look at the board. Ramu said, I saw a lion in the forest. That is a direct speech, and you see that it is written as it is after said. This is a reporting verb. Ramu said. Said is a reporting verb. It is separated by a comma, and the exact words of what Ramu said is written within inverted commas. I saw a lion in the forest, and last full stop is there and concluded with closing the inverted commas. That can be changed into indirect speech. If Ramu said that, we are joining both this second part of the sentence by using the conjunction that. I become he. Here it is in past tense, simple past tense. So the verb is in simple past tense. It will change into past perfect. So he saw changed into had seen. He had seen a lion in the forest. In the indirect speech, we don't use comma. We remove the comma and the inverted commas. But at the end of the sentence, you have to put a full stop. Another example is Ramesh said, I am an early riser. So it is the verse of Ramesh. It is written as it is. The sentence is separated by a comma. So after Ramesh said, there is a comma. Then we open the inverted commas and we write what is said by Ramesh. I am an early riser. So this is a direct speech. We can change it into indirect speech by keeping Ramesh said. Said is the reporting verb in it. This is a reporting verb. This is reporting verb. Then we use that, the conjunction. Ramesh said that he is. Here it is a simple present form. So we write here he says Here also says. So it is I am. Ramesh says I am an early riser. Simple present tense because every day he gets up early. That's why says every day I am an early riser. So here same thing is, since it is in simple present tense, he says that he is. It is also put in the simple present tense because it is. Suppose it was he said, we will change it in the he was. He was an early riser. Since it is a simple present tense, the reporting verb is in simple present tense. Here we put it in the simple present tense. He is an early riser. Now we will be studying in detail this direct and indirect speech. Maybe in the coming lessons. Maybe I think in the 5th lesson it is there. So I will be teaching you clearly in detail. Study the following sentences. What? Screamed mother. No, 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 she whispered. Sit up, he ordered. The italicized words are verbs of reporting. We quote or report what someone has said or thought by using a reporting verb. Every reporting clause contains a reporting verb. For example, he promised to help in my project. In this italicized promise is the reporting verb. How are you doing? Seema said. Seema asked. Asked is a reporting verb. The first screamed is the first sentence. Screamed is the reporting verb. Whispered in the second sentence. And ordered in the third sentence. We use verbs of reporting to advise, order, report a statement, thoughts, intentions, questions, request, apologies, manner of speaking, and so on. Underline the verbs of reporting in the following sentences. He says he will enjoy the ride. Here, says is the reporting verb. Underline it. Father mentioned that he was going on a holiday. Here, mentioned is the reporting verb. No one told us that the shop was closed. Told. Underline told. He answered that the price would go up. He answered. Answered is the reporting verb in this sentence. I wondered why he was screaming. Wondered. Ben told her to wake him up. Told. Rattan apologized for coming late to the party. Here apologized. So all these are indirect speeches. It is not a direct speech. These 7 sentences are given as indirect speech. Some verbs for reporting are given in the box. Choose the appropriate verbs and fill in the blanks in the following sentences. I am not afraid. Dash the woman. See, all these are given in except the last one. 1 to 5 are given in direct speech. I am not afraid. Remark to the woman. Remarked. Second one, leave me alone. My mother dash. Shouted. The children dashed that the roads were crowded and noisy. The children were complaining. That is also, third one also is indirect speech. The children were complaining that. It is combined with a conjunction that. Then fourth one is a direct speech. Perhaps he isn't a bad sort of a chap after all. That's the master. Replied the master. Let's go and look at the school ground. Dash the sports teacher. This is also direct speech. Suggested the sports teacher. The traffic police dash all the passers-by to keep up the road. Here ordered. So in this 6 sentences, 2 are indirect speech, third and last one, or other 4 are direct speech. So direct speech, the exact words of the speaker is mentioned and we use inverted commas. The quotation is put within inverted commas. So with this we come to the end of third lesson's textbook grammar. So students, write down in your textbook itself. Thank you students. Have a nice day.